Welcome to the A for Effort series, Short Stuff. My name's Lexx Fusco.
And I'm Connor McKibben Vaughn.
And we will be reacting to some short form content I've written over the years, varying from, age 8 to 18. And it's, short stories, writing prompts I did for creative writing classes in high school, random treatments I started doing before I realized what treatments were. I will make Connor and some guests suffer through some poetry, just, the short stuff of it all. Thank you for listening, and don't forget, you're not good at something until you suck at it first. Welcome to the A for Effort podcast series, Short Stuff. I'm Lexx Fusco, and joining me is my husband and writer in crime, Connor McKibben Vaughn.
She's never let me say my own name.
I can't trust you with that. It's fine. Everything's great.
Listen, my name is Combor. Fuck! You're right.
Your one job. And today on Short Stuff, we are diving back into my creative writing portfolio from when I was in 9th grade. And today's short stories are going to be Life, Still Waiting for the Punchline, which was a Summer Storms, Summer Sunshine assignment.
You had more than one Summer Storms, Summer Sunshine assignment?
I didn't. I had one assignment and couldn't pick which one I wanted to do. So I wrote both. And then the next one...
You know what? I can't make fun of that. I think I've done something like that before.
Yeah. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. So that was you'll understand why this is a very different departure from Tears of a Fallen.
That was a lot.
And then the other one we will be reading is called Just a Feeling, which is feeling/senses. So we will get more into what the hell that means.
The prompts on this are very all over the place. Some of them are specific and elaborate, and other ones are just word.
Some of them are just like writing prompts that we would start class off with, like, it was just like, hey.
You have 15 minutes to write whatever you got.
Exactly. And some of them were like actual assignments.
Okay. I got you.
So our first one, Life, Still Waiting for the Punchline.
Is that the title or is that the prompt?
That is the title.
Okay.
The prompt is Summer Storm, Summer Sunshine. Linda Booker is a 42-year-old mom with more than a fair share of grief. She has 3 children, an applesauce impressionist, a soon-to-be felon, and a clay-aiken prodigy, along with a husband that holds more affection for the television and his secretary than he does for her. All she wanted was a vacation, but of course, that wouldn't happen.
Mondays, am I right? Also, fuck kids. I don't like this.
Well, then you're definitely not gonna... This, I don't even know what this was supposed to be.
Summer Storms, Summer Sunshine.
This is actually a stolen idea from myself for something that I wrote when I was in 8th grade.
What?
Yeah.
What does that mean? You can't steal your own idea.
You can, because what I did was I wrote this as an assignment when I was 13 in my 8th grade English class. And then when I got this new assignment, I just took it and reworded it. So technically I wrote this when I was 13.
But
I know.
I thought you had said that you couldn't choose between two things, but you had already written this?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, cool. I already have this done. And then...
Oh, so you were looking at like, I don't have to do work. Oh, but if it's such a cool idea, but I don't have to do work.
Mm-hmm.
And so rather than say, I don't have to do work, you decided to rewrite the thing that you were going to say, I don't have to do work for, and then write a separate thing.
Yep.
I don't understand you. And I'm married to you.
I know. Are you ready?
We've barely started.
Life. Still waiting for the punchline. Dear Diary.
Wait, what?
It's a diary entry from this woman, Linda Booker.
So there were 2 sentences, then the title, and now a diary entry.
Life, Still Waiting for the Punchline. That's the title.
Yeah.
And then it starts Dear Diary because the short story is just a diary entry.
What about the Linda Booker part?
That was the little zhuzh, the preview of what the story was going to be about.
I thought that was the beginning.
No, no, honey.
Oh,
no, in front of all the creative writing portfolios, it's a little like boop. of what the story is about.
I remember that.
Uh-huh.
But I thought we had already done that.
Nope.
Okay.
Dear Diary, oh Lordy, the day that I had. Oh, the day I had. Sometimes I just close my eyes, crawl up into a ball in the back of my mind, and just kind of rock back and forth, saying, why? I must say, I know I am not a saint, but what have I done to earn such a punishment as this? Adulthood. I swear it was just yesterday.
You're 42, woman.
I swear it was just yesterday I was in a pink tutu and a plastic tiara demanding my teddy bear to save me from a dragon. Now today I am imprisoned in a house with 3 children and a husband that has more affection for the television and his secretary than he does for me.
You just used the same line in the description as...
I was supposed to go to...
Also, wow, you hate your kids?
I don't think she hates her kids. I think she's frustrated with her life. And her children have added to that frustration.
All right, I'll allow it. People can get upset.
I was supposed to go to Avalon Beach today. The sun was beautiful and out all day. The high was 86. Just for once, I was thinking of spoiling myself with the summer sunshine, but no.
Oh, this is literal. You're literally adding the summer sunshine.
When you come to be my age and bore a family as civilized as cannibalistic madmen, vacations are almost as existent as sex and a modeling career, although I am beautiful enough for both.
Oh, just reminding you, Diary, that I'm banging and also really cool.
And also totally people should have sex with me. So for
anyone but my husband, because he's banging someone else and I'm aware of it and I'm not filing for divorce because a home that's together and unhappy is better for the children.
Yeah. So for the first 2 hours of my morning, I sat in the sunroom on a beach chair in a bathing suit with one of those Pure Mood CDs playing.
I listened to my children die because I am not parenting anymore.
It was as close to paradise as I could get. Diary, you remember my 3 lovely babies? Well, I sure don't remember the last time they were lovely or babies, but as I recall, one of them is still in diapers.
Why are you phrasing it like this? As if someone else is going to read this.
Also, how does she not really know how old her kids are
or
that if they're still in diapers? Because here's my other counter. Here's just something I have a question for that I don't know if it's correct or not. Daniel is still only 3. Are 3-year-olds still in diapers?
Potentially.
Okay. He is my little baby, and I pray that...
no. I did have another thing.
Okay.
About the age thing. It sounds like she's being cheeky, but I don't know why she's being cheeky because
this is for herself.
This
is for herself.
Is her diary.
Yeah, this is for herself.
Like I'm being clever even though no one else is going to read this. No. Diaries are for getting your thoughts out. Maybe if you have to go to court one day, you'd be like, I wrote it, see?
See? I'm
Brett Kavanaugh. Oh, I'm getting political.
He is my little baby, and I pray he stays that way. Scratch that, actually, because today the boy decided to paint a mural of God only knows what on the wall in his leftover applesauce. Max, the second mistake... I know that's one of the most...
2 mistakes. You're calling your kids mistakes.
I know that's one of the most terrible things a mother could say about her child, but if you had to deal with the boy, you would call him a grammatical error in the essay of my life. First off, that's kind of a cool sentence.
It is a cool sentence. Man.
I know.
I can tell this was not written by a parent.
I know. Anyway, Max has by some miracle graduated from the 10th grade and he got a tattoo. A tattoo. Now, when I discovered this, we were not face to face.
So he's 15, 14?
He's 15, almost 16.
And he tricked a tattoo artist into giving a 14 to 15-year-old a tattoo.
I don't think he went to a parlor. Like I knew a lot of kids who like bought guns off of Craigslist and like eBay and stuff and would just tattoo their friends in a living room like fucking psychopaths.
We had very different childhoods.
I know. and you know what? It worked out. I think it worked out. I think it worked out. Now, when I discovered this, we were not face to face, but I was bringing Max clothes after his shower.
He Snapchatted me.
I flashed back to his 5th birthday party. I had given him a Mickey Mouse stick-on tattoo, and he cried about it because he thought the ink was going to sink into his skin, be there forever, and end up being fatal. Now my little boy has a tattoo of a husk of corn on his buttocks.
Oh, who gives a shit? No one's gonna see that.
Oh, I am not done yet. The oldest of my spawn is John. John just got a job as an interior designer. He called me about it today, among other things. Things such as him being gay. Therefore, my darling children are now an applesauce goop impressionist, a soon-to-be felon, and a clay aiken prodigy. I'm forming my own little Justice League.
Wait, are you upset that your kid's gay? He has a job. Wait, what is the age range of your children?
I mean, if she had her kid when she was 20, her first kid when she was 20, makes sense.
I mean, that tracks, but
Yeah.
Clay Aiken prodigy.
Well, here's my thing. I'm referencing Clay Aiken specifically before Clay Aiken was out, and it was because it was a constant joke made on the soup. So I thought that was a funny thing.
It's disrespectful.
It is.
But also, when you first made that joke in the
summary.
I thought he was a singer.
Fair. That is a fair assessment. Drake. My hubby Drake. I remember the day he proposed to me.
I hate that name.
Good, because he's a prick. I remember the day that he proposed to me. It was the day that my water broke for John. Classy? Not exactly. But the rock on that ring pretty much sold me on the commitment.
I hate this woman.
Only if it had come with a warranty.
Like she's the worst.
Only if it had come with a warranty. Tell you the truth, I cannot even remember correctly if he was actually John's father. But who are you to judge?
What the fuck?
But who are you to judge me? You're a book, for goodness sake. Anywho, Drake's birthday was today, and I decided to make him muffins. I don't really know why. I just had this urge to make muffins. I think of summer and the sun, and I think of muffins. So I bake these beautiful blueberry muffins, and I drive an hour out to the city to Pine and Booker Law Firm, where Drake is a senior partner. I get up to his office, and all I hear from the other side of the door is, oh, I'm not even going to go into detail. However, I had known about the affair for some time now and become rather numb to the idea. So I had these wonderful muffins, and I was going to enjoy them. So I didn't really care about Drake's extracurricular activities. Also...
Was Drake admitting to his own affair?
Drake was banging his secretary at his office, and Linda arrived and heard them fucking in his office, and she just didn't even address it.
Oh, I thought...
No, it was poorly written.
So the way that it was phrased, it sounded like she listened through the door and heard, oh yeah, I knew about the affair. Implying that he knew that she was having an affair, and she was like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. No.
Anyway, these people are all awful.
So I had these wonderful muffins, and I was going to enjoy them. So I didn't really care about Drake's extracurricular activities. So on my way home, I laughed and binged on muffins and a McDonald's vanilla shake. Oh, those are so yummy. It took me over half an hour to get to the delicious frozen dairy treat due to the incompetence of the employee, but it was all worth it.
She's the worst.
She is the worst.
I can't follow her thought process because she's going between like, this was great, to I hate my life and everything about it. But I really like McDonald's shakes.
They're really good.
But fuck the people who make them.
Yeah, because it took me over a half hour to get the delicious frozen dairy treat due to the incompetence of the employee. But it was all worth it. I was stuck in traffic for about an hour and got home in time to catch Max sneaking back into his room. He's on house arrest because of the butt corn. But when you restrict a child, they will find a way to not only break the restrictions and get out of the punishment, but get out to do something 10 times worse than the original offense. He looked at me for the longest time and said nothing. That is when I noticed the boy was hiding a tongue ring. I really wanted to hunt down and maim the genius that came up with these things.
How did you notice that if he wasn't speaking?
I told him to open up his mouth, and I ripped out the stud. Harsh, I know, but I did the boy a favor. Max couldn't take care of a goldfish or his own teeth, let alone a tongue piercing. So he spent another 45 minutes at the hospital. He got stitches, and I received a warning from Child Services.
Fuck me. This is better end with her like killing herself or something.
We got home and I get a call from my mother. Oh, as if I didn't already have a bad enough day. My mother called informing...
Okay, so I was wrong. This woman's life is the worst, and she's the worst.
Yeah. My mother called informing me that she was taking John and Danny to go shopping at the beach. The worst part? I didn't even notice that my 3-year-old son was not in the house. I guess I have earned that cup that says number 1 mom. So my mother would continue on for a good half hour about how I haven't done anything with my life, how Drake and I should bring the boys over more for dinner, and how I don't attend mass enough, as if she has seen the inside of a church since the mid-1920s. In the middle of her badgering about John's sexual orientation and how that was my fault too, I just hung up on her. By this time it was 6 o'clock.
She's gonna snap.
This actually ends in the worst way it could possibly end.
Mid-sentence? Or it doesn't.
Oh my God.
Which one is it?
I wish it was either of those. By this time, it was 6 o'clock. I have found out that my son is gay, which I honestly have no problem with.
Really? Because it sounds like you do. It really does.
I know. Come to terms with the fact that my husband is cheating on me. My other son had his tongue pierced, and I was close to being charged with a felony for ripping said piercing out.
And I haven't had an orgasm in 5 years. You know what I'm saying, ladies?
Now I have to get dinner ready. Whew! I made the usual angel hair pasta, salad, and garlic bread. Drake had come home, and he and I sat down for another dinner smothered in awkward silence and droplets of conversation. John and Daniel were still out with their grandmother, better known as Satan, and Max couldn't eat because of his fresh stitches. I went upstairs after dinner, and now I am here writing this all down that if my kids spawn grandchildren, they can find this, bring it to me, and I can proudly and reluctantly say, yes, Grams was that messed up, and she still very much is. Oh, and guess what? I don't have the stomach flu as I had recently reported. I'm pregnant again.
At 42?
Who is she having sex with?
John.
Is that why he's gay?
No, because it makes no sense because he's gay.
And it's her son?
Yes.
Okay.
Double not make sense. That sentence was a nightmare.
So was this whole thing.
Yeah, that was not great.
Awful. By the way,
why did you write this?
I don't, you know what? I absolutely thought it was funny. I absolutely thought this sounded so grown up, and this sounded so...
Because you use big words?
Adult. And this sounded so much like something that adult women would find funny. And it's not.
I want to put a shotgun in her mouth and just be like, you got to end it, honey.
Yeah, you just got to end it.
This is the right... Like, I can't help you.
The next one...
That was so long, I thought it was both of them.
The next one, if you're still tuning in here, if y'all are still listening with us, and if you are, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Suffer with us.
Is called
Misery Loves Company.
Misery loves Linda Booker. So the next one, if you're still tuned in with us, thank you for continuing to listen.
I mean, you could have cut before that other bit.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so for our next one, it's called Just a Feeling. Feeling/senses is the assignment. So
the title is Just a Feeling, but the assignment is
feeling/senses.
Okay.
And the little summary is apathy, insanity, wrath, lust, greed, gluttony, sloth, envy, and pride. These emotions boil in our blood and thump in our hearts. But what would they taste, smell, sound, or feel like?
So you started with...
How about wonder or suicide? Well, here's your answer.
Well, you hit the 7 deadly sins in the middle of it. But you started with apathy?
Yep.
So you started with apathy and then suicide? I don't want to know what suicide tastes like.
All right. Are you ready?
I don't know what to expect.
All right. Just a feeling. Wonder looks like a Christmas tree. Wonder smells like scented pine cones. Wonder tastes like cheesy baked rigatoni and garlic bread.
No, it doesn't.
Wonder sounds like Johnny Mathis's sleigh ride.
No, it doesn't. You're just describing Christmas.
Wonder feels like crisp wrapping paper and tape.
This is all his Christmas. Wonder is not Christmas.
Shut up. Apathy feels like a pillow over your face and your lungs struggle for breath. The emotion wraps itself around your heart with a blanket.
Apathy is the lack of emotion.
I know. The emotion wraps itself
for
around...
other things. It's not depression.
The emotion wraps itself around your heart with a blanket of soft numbness. You feel as if you can float, slowly drift off. You are somewhat like a cloud, weightless, bleak, and empty.
But not cool, because usually when you say, I feel like a cloud, it's a good thing.
Apathy sounds like the whispering of many. You hear the voices of your enemies plotting against you. Murmurs of friends.
I don't think you know what apathy is.
Murmurs of your friends and loved ones asking you questions and dishing out empty sentiments. All of this grumbling morphs together into the white noise that bleeds into your ears and undergoes a metamorphosis of static. Apathy smells like the inside of a coffin. Clean dust mites fill your nose and make you sneeze. Apathy tastes like sand, and it dissolves and crystallizes to your tongue. Your teeth chomp and the grains crush between your jaw and burrow into your soft gums. You can taste the splashes of blood seeping onto your tongue. Apathy looks like a London fog. It's thick, cloudy, bleak, and gray. You cannot see anything beyond it. You are trapped by this depressing mist. You cannot even see your feet. Definitely a departure from Wonder.
Much more wordy. Much wordier.
Mm-hmm.
Each sense describes something other than apathy. I do like a London fog. Mm-hmm. That's a good phrase.
Insanity feels like a plush toy that seems to have the ability to manipulate its soft fuzziness into sharp, jagged pins and needles. You can hug it and squeeze it,
Are
feeling...
you assuming insanity is an emotion?
Yep. You can hug it and squeeze it, feeling the feathery, spongy, warm comfort suddenly change into the heads of tacks that burrow into your face and hands. Insanity sounds like the crackle of a record, the soft sound it plays as it spins. It's quiet and enigmatic in a way. You could wonder where the music went and why it now just played this sound. But then someone turns the record over and now the Jonas Brothers are playing. This horrid excuse of music invades your ears and rattles your mind. This sound makes you writhe in agony until every last drop of sanity dies within you. Now all you can hear is the voice of your imaginary friend Boo and the screams of your victims.
Where did that come from? Also, way to dunk on the Jonas Brothers.
Jonas Brothers were a garbage band when I was 14. They were a garbage boy band, and I was listening to real music. Like a day it's like a day to remember.
I don't even know what that band is.
That's fine. You don't need to. It's funnier for the audience who will definitely look that up and be like, oh my God, she was so emo. Anyway, Insanity smells like macaroni and cheese. The smell of the ooey gooey fake melted cheese sauce dribbled over fluffy macaroni makes your mouth water and your tummy grumble.
I like how you're assuming that it's fake mac and cheese instead of like homemade.
Yep. Insanity looks like a ball of colorful string.
Wait, that's it?
Yep.
It's just mac and cheese is crazy.
Yep. The color of the yarn could vary in color. It could possibly be a shade of yellow, blue, purple, red, green, orange, pink, or even periwinkle. You watch this yarn slowly come undone and unravel around you, the periwinkle string flying off in different directions until the ball is non-existent and a light blue tangled web surrounds you. Insanity.
I think you know what insanity is.
Insanity tastes nothing like macaroni and cheese, but like chocolate pudding, Oreo bits, and earthworms. The sweet, thick, and creamy chocolate coating your tongue as you munch the sweet Oreo pieces and the worms crawl through your teeth and around your tongue. Scrumptious, no?
Through your teeth?
Mm-hmm. Got some gaps in there. Got some gaps, sir. So, we've gone with fury instead of wrath.
Oh, you just changed it.
Despite being mentioned in the summary.
Didn't you realize that they were the 7 deadly sins and you were like, ooh, I can't do that?
Probably. I had also absolutely just seen the season 3 premiere of Supernatural.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
It's called The Magnificent Seven, and it's about Sam and Dean and Bobby taking on the 7 deadly sins in a house.
Do they fuck their way through lust?
No, but not for a lack of trying.
Is Lust a girl?
Lust is a girl.
Hey, how original.
Fury feels like someone is feeding your eyes and organs through a wood chipper and setting your lips aflame. For when
Where do you feel fury? You don't feel it in your face. You feel it in your chest and your toes.
Oh, sir.
I was going to say dick, but I already made a penis joke.
Oh, it made me cry. For when you feel such loathing and anger, the words and actions that you wish to express burn your lips and put tears in your eyes.
I like how sometimes you explain why they're
This way?
this way, and other times you're like, hey, guess what?
Macaroni and cheese.
Insanity's just like macaroni and cheese. I don't know why, it just is.
Call me on it. You can't. Fury sounds like the thousands of tortured souls screaming. The screams are loud and could make your ears bleed, but these shrieks are not ones of pain, but of maniacal hysterics, justifying the fire that burns in the pit of your stomach. Fury ranks of the burning, malodorous stench of sulfur. The rotten egg scent stings your eyes, singes your nose hair, and makes you cough. Fury has two different faces that you see. One is of such beauty that you cannot help but fall in love with it. It takes the shape of someone you want to become. Once you have captured it, it spreads through you like a cancer. When you are nothing else but a shell of your former self, brimming with suppressed anger and the rage, the final scraps of your humanity reveal the Fury's true being. It is ugly, shocking, and could make you shudder in mortification once you see it. It's your own reflection smiling back at you. Fury tastes like a match was lit and then tossed into your mouth. The ash dissolving on your tongue and the flame branding the roof of your mouth makes you choke. Lust. Moving on.
Back to Lust.
Lust smells of this. Do you think I'll make her a woman? Yep, I did. Okay, everything's fine.
Listen, if it doesn't have tits,
Well,
I can't.
Speaking of.
Oh, God. Okay.
Lust smells of the subtle scent of perfume or cologne. This tantalizing fragrance fills your nostrils and gives you such a high and a feeling of euphoria.
Well, cologne is a man's thing.
I haven't gotten to the woman part yet. I spoiled it.
Oh.
You cannot resist but take it in again and again. Lust looks like a beautiful vixen. Her long locks cascade down to the small of her narrow back.
Also, you never stick to an order for the senses.
Lust looks like a beautiful vixen. Her long locks cascade down to the small of her narrow back and shimmers from blonde to red to black. Her skin...
She's a chameleon and her hair is too long.
Her skin is so pristine and perfect you have to touch it.
No, I don't.
The pigment transitions from pale to ebony depending on your taste. Her eyes are blacked out but fit the thought of blue, green, or brown. Her long lashes bat playfully and they change. Her body is firm, lean, and dazzling. Her wasp-like waist comes between her large bust and long legs. Oh, and I forgot to mention, she is only wearing black heels on her feet. She's naked.
Oh.
She's a naked lady. Lust feels like her tongue rubbing against your own, and it sends a tingling to your loins. It makes your body feel hot and sweaty.
Ooh,
You cannot help but
cringing.
shudder with pleasure.
What if you're a woman and you're not bisexual or gay?
Also into it. Lust tastes like chocolate-covered strawberries. The dark sweetness melts against the tart tang of the ripe fruit. The
Hey, I'm
flavors...
just going to say something right now.
Hmm?
Just knock a hole in this whole situation.
Okay.
Chocolate and fruit should not be in the same room together.
I don't think you believe that.
Actually, chocolate and berries are the only thing I'm into.
What other kind of chocolate-covered fruit are you like fucking with?
Chocolate covered banana. Although
Oh,
technically
you don't
it's
like bananas to begin with, though.
Yeah.
So
chocolate covered apples.
who's doing that?
People who are experimenting with things that are adjacent to caramel apples.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say experimenting adjacent with like witchcraft, because that's what that is. That's fucking some bullshit garbage right there. But
Chocolate and pears I've seen.
why?
Chocolate oranges, that's a thing. Yeah.
Oranges
gross.
are just gross though. Although I can't.
What?
No. Oh, I do like the chocolate covered maraschino cherries, but those are just basically candy.
Nope.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we established this. Because the flavors merge and sends your taste buds into a frenzy.
Like a pack of piranhas.
Goddamn right. Lust sounds like a soft moan breaching the woman's lips as you caress her soft skin and she pleads to you for more.
Really? Because I think it sounds like a guy going, "What that mouth do?"
Envy smells like Thanksgiving dinner. The baked turkey dripping with gravy fires off succulent smells that battle against the scents of the buttery cornbread, mashed potatoes, and cinnamon yams.
Why does envy just smell like dinner?
All of these fragrances fight against each other in your nose, reminding you that you cannot have any of it.
Says who? I'm gonna eat that dinner. Fuck you.
Envy looks like an impish, maniacal, small, and puckish green creature. Its fur is green and it's reminiscent of grass.
Now you're talking about lust.
Oh my god. His horns protrude from his small head. The tips are singed, but still sharp and slightly jagged. Its eyes are a bright yellow with a small black pupil, which distracts you from its browning, rotting few teeth. Envy feels like there is vomit gurgling in the back of your throat. The acidic putrid stew creeps onto your tongue, and the bitter taste makes you gag.
It doesn't make any sense, but it's so vivid, and I hate it.
Envy tastes like milk past the expiration date. It's thick, curdled, and sour.
Why does envy taste like this?
The horrid mess leaves a sick film on your tongue.
But why?
Yeah.
You explained other ones. Explain this one. The ones that you explained already made sense. The ones you don't explain don't make sense.
No. Envy sounds like the green demon burrowing into your ear, causing your eardrum to burst, but you can still hear it demanding and ranting, "Gimme, gimme!"
No, envy...
Gimme, gimme!
Yeah, that's what envy sounds like.
Yep, you goddamn right. Pride smells like fresh, crisp Benjamins. The scent of the bills flood your nose and flash dollar signs in your eyes.
Why do you think that pride just meant rich?
Pride looks like a tall young man. His skin is beautiful, well taken care of, and pale.
What is your thing with skin?
He has dark hair that accents his shining blue eyes that resemble limpid pools of pure ice. He bears a crooked smirk that reveals perfect teeth. He is dressed in a black leisure suit with a white tie and a matching kerchief.
He pays that envy demon to shit on his chest.
Pride tastes like red wine. It's dry, sour, yet refined.
How do you know? You don't drink any wine ever.
This also might completely be incorrect. It's dry, sour, yet
Actually,
refined with a chocolate touch.
Because dry is what I would describe most white wines.
Yeah. It manipulates its sweetness to satisfy your palate. Pride sounds like snickering, like someone talking down to you. You expect me to tell you that you are beautiful, even though that the mere mention of your image makes me gag and shudder? I'll pass. After all, I do have my pride. Pride feels like you are walking on air.
That one, you just smacked me over the face with what that meant.
Yeah, just in case. Pride feels like you are walking on air or a red carpet. Because those are the same.
Both at the same time.
Yep.
Paradoxical, in fact.
You can do anything. Be anything. Everyone needs to do what you say. Everyone must love you. No, worship you. You feel as if the world revolves around you and your body is being crushed under your ever-growing head.
But secretly, Daddy pays for everything. Just don't want them to know.
Greed smells like cigarette smoke. It's foul and unpleasant. It makes your eyes water and you cough as it chokes your lungs.
See, now, I would buy that greed smells like dinner, and you know that you're going to eat all of it.
That's fair. Greed looks like a junkie coming off of heroin.
That's it?
No, I was clocking to see if I had spelled it correctly this time around. Her body is thin, frail, and convulsing. Her matted
is a woman.
Yep.
That's, you know what? That's a twist.
Her matted, greasy, bleach blonde hair is scraggly and looks as if it's trying to run away from her scalp. Her lips are pale and cracked. The junkie's clothes are gray, baggy, ripped, and stained with urine and vomit.
Gross.
Her arm has several puncture marks in it and many scars. She looks at you with dull gray eyes, begging you for more. Greed tastes like the burning...
She gyrates on you. She's like, I'll make you feel real good for a hit.
Oh my God. Greed tastes like the burning sweetness of scotch. The caramel-colored joy trickles down your throat, leaving a sweet taste behind. Greed sounds like water dripping into an empty tin bucket. Slowly the clink and the splashing whispers drive you insane, and you throw the bucket across the room, discovering that there was no water at all. Greed feels like detox. Your body is plagued with pain, shakes, and sweats. You feel cold and incomplete. You need more. Gluttony smells like rancid body odor that rolls off of someone that missed the invention of the bath and runs in 150-degree weather. The stench could bring their clothes to life. Gluttony looks like a fat, jolly slob. He is 575 pounds of pure, blubbery flub.
Yeah, but he's jolly, so who cares? He's a nice guy.
He sits in a tub of lard with flies zooming around his head.
Ew.
His pudgy fingers dive deep into the creases of fat on a quest to find missed chunks of food. His hair is long.
He's sitting in lard. Eat the lard, you idiot.
He can't get to it.
Mama's baby doesn't have long hair.
No, but he does have long hair that's wet with grease and covers his ugly, tubby face that always has something occupying the mouth. Gluttony feels like...
always sucking a dick?
No, that would be dangerous. Because he just wants to consume.
That cum.
No, doesn't have enough...
Fat?
Yeah. Gluttony...
Grease, apparently.
Gluttony feels like you are hungry, ravenous. You must have something in your stomach before it bursts. You feel this monster in your gut that's appetite that will never be satisfied. The hunger is so devastating you could eat anything or anybody.
Ooh, implied cannibalism. Sexy.
Yeah. Gluttony tastes like hot bacon grease smeared over a soggy cheesesteak. You bite into it and the thick, salty, viscous fluid flavors attack your taste buds with fury. The cheese tastes foul and squashes
Wait, one of the 7 deadly sins has the other 7 deadly sins in it? I'm making fun of the fact that you used the word fury.
Ah, yes, good. The meat is barely cooked and burns your tongue. The bread and bacon grease make it the consistency of gruel, but the taste of human waste. Gluttony sounds like bellowing, devastating burp erupting from the mouth of a pig. Sloth smells like a zoo. You are too lazy to shower or even move, so you rank like the animals rotting in their own filth.
That's just depression.
Sloth looks like a lifeless, withering corpse. Too lazy to move, you lie there in your own waste, starving and dehydrated.
Still depression.
You just lay there on your back, staring at the ceiling until your eyes dry up and you are nothing but a deteriorated skeleton with the skin clinging to its former shape. Sloth feels like failure. You no longer have the will to try because you have failed so many times that you only feel emptiness.
Depression.
Sloth.
That's the rule of 3, so I can't say it again.
Sloth tastes like vinegar. Sloth sounds like a parent's lecture.
Sloth tastes like vinegar. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, that's it. Sloth tastes like vinegar.
Also, the depression thing no longer applies.
Sloth sounds like a parent's lecture. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
That one doesn't track. Don't know why that sounds like that.
And that is the end of Just a Feeling.
Wait, weren't there others?
In the summary, yes.
But you just forgot about them?
In the actual item, no.
You know what? I'm glad because I'm pretty sure one of the ones that you mentioned and didn't write about was suicide.
You're goddamn right.
I don't want to know what suicide tastes like. I'm pretty sure I already made that joke at the beginning.
Yes, very fair on both points. So, those were 2 entries from the creative writing portfolio from 9th grade.
You proud of what you did?
No, I'm not.
All right. You still get an A for effort, though.
I do.
Yeah. But I'm going to give it an S for sin. because that's all you did when you wrote these.
That's very true. Thank you so much again for joining us for the A for Effort series. Short stuff. Don't forget, you're not good at something until you suck at it first.